Yeah, me.
How about blueberries? Blueberries.
No.
I don't know that one.
No one's seen that video?
No.
It's like
It's epic.
Pineapple.
Maybe I'll show it to you on Monday.
We should watch it right now.
Oh, it's epic. You guys actually have some homework.
But what we have
Although I
on
guess
this
you do
section.
have corrections on Monday. And you do have a Chapter 9 AP packet you can work on this weekend.
Yeah.
And last night's homework. And the worksheet that we still haven't turned in. Some of us.
What worksheet?
Well, guys, technically, I take up like
He's
a lot
talking
more
about
than
the
1/6.
trick sub one.
No, not the trick sub one,
You
but I
haven't
do have to
turned
do that one
in
too.
either.
But I'm not going to. That one I'm not even going to
Someone go type blueberries or else I'm not doing it.
Woo!
I love typing.
Blueberries.
I wasn't like the closest or anything.
Is it a vlog?
This one.
Oh my gosh, I've seen this. This is so cute.
Renee
Oh,
McNally.
Can
we just look at like Super Bowl commercials?
No.
Yes.
Wait, where's the sound?
Have you seen the
Someone
Skittles commercial?
It's that.
Yeah.
Okay.
My name is Karen. Today I'm going to teach you how to make salad. Okay, here are the ingredients we'll need. Well, you can actually use any kind of fruit you would like. But here's the fruit I'm using. You can use some apples, blueberries, and strawberries. And sure. Pour all the yogurt into a bowl. Wow! Wow! You get a handful. Okay, you got that side too. They're kind of hard to get just a handful. That is just one. That is yellow. There's apples in there. Apples, blueberries, and strawberries.
I know, right?
Stop putting blueberries. Blueberries.
That's not what I was expecting. I thought it was just gonna be some kid saying blueberries and all going loud.
I know,
That
right?
thing was funny.
That was a throwback. That was an old school. Alright. It's a good one. Show it to your friends today. Alright, 9-5. We're gonna introduce it. I don't know. We're gonna do something. Alternating series.
Oh, we're recording that? Dope.
Ah,
Oh,
Joyce
Joyce!
needs some.
Joyce, enjoy that.
She's gonna skip it.
Please don't skip that, Joyce.
Go back and watch it, Joyce, if you skipped it. It's worth it. Alright, so, alternating series. Have we seen alternating? I know, it was good. It was good. Oh, yeah. What makes alternating? This little guy right here. Is he the only guy? Nope. Sine can also, and so can cosine if you think about it. But basically, some sort of alternating series. It might not be just with a -1, or maybe it's with something else that makes it alternate and we can rewrite it with a -1.
Is this supposed to be n minus 1, or is this supposed to be n equals 1 for the first?
N minus 1. Oh, it's equals. It's equals. I see what you're talking about. Took me a second. I was looking at the n plus 1.
Oh, sorry.
No. It's not your fault.
Close.
Oh, undo. Make it thinner? I can't make it thinner.
These fumes aren't toxic, are they? We're not gonna die?
May or may not.
Might cause brain damage.
Oh, we got that.
I'm pretty
Yeah,
sure
well,
like
that-
video
that
games
will
and cell phones and hair dryers cause more. Okay, so
Nothing hair dryers.
I was the same equation.
Am I getting brain damage or am I getting smarter than everybody else's stuff?
Oh, that is.
No, I don't think that's happening.
Sure.
Pretty sure.
I'm a brain damage
Yeah,
person.
just you have to
alternating series n equals 1. Why are they both up there? Hold on. Is that what your note packet says? It is, right?
Maybe this was the n minus 1.
It could be plus 1. I think that might be what's going on.
Oh.
You can have the negative 1 appear different ways. I don't know. If you want, you can just leave out the second one. The long story short is if you have an alternating series. That's the long story short. Will converge if both of the following are true. If both of the following are true. Number 1, we have to be able to see that the limit as n goes to infinity of a sub n. Now, a sub n is the part, this is the important thing. That's why I want you to at least write one of these when you write this test. A sub n is the nth term formula apart from the sign or whatever component is making the sign change. So a sub n is the nth term apart from whatever is making the negative positive pattern occur. If that limit is equal to 0, and if the n plus first term is less than the nth term, which usually will be true if the limit is 0, then I can say the alternating series converges, and I can say the series diverges otherwise. If the limit as n goes to infinity base of n is not 0. Which you could also think the nth term test to some degree, because I think the nth term test doesn't matter whether or not the terms are positive. If you guys have that close, I'm going to mark this as endeavor number 20.
That's good. We only have like 18 more to go.
19. We have more than 2. The terms have to alternate in sign, and a quick heads up, I already said it verbally, but that could occur other ways than just having negative 1 to a power. Alternating series will converge if the terms eventually are decreasing, so it might increase for a while, and once again, we might see that it may take a while to do so. We might have to kind of separate it, write out the first few terms, and separate the series. Okay, you guys got it? So technically, yeah, you probably don't need both of these because the long story short, you just need terms to be alternating and eventually decreasing.
Why are so many sets dependent upon decreasing?
If the terms are increasing, we're probably in trouble. Meaning it probably fails at the nth term test. Or
Like that stupid one, it's like 1 over n, like it's supposed to diverge because it does diverge, but apparently it converges or something like that. I don't know.
you just lost me.
No, it's supposed to converge, but it diverges.
No. The one at the beginning that you showed.
Oh, L and event over n, that one? But it's
1 over
simple.
k. Diverges.
Oh, yeah. He's supposed to converge and diverge. So what else is going on? Uh-oh. However, there's more.
Oh no.
Alternating series actually has 2 different types of convergence, absolute and conditional, meaning, this is where it gets a little tricky. Absolute means, basically, long story short, converges, let me get my box, a little easier, with or without the alternating sign. Absolute converges means that the series would converge with or without the alternating sign. So it's not totally dependent on the positive negative nature. Conditional convergence says it only only converges because of the alternating sign.
The first one is with
Or without the alternating sign. So if they were all positive, it would still converge. That's what's going on in the first one. It converges with the alternating sign, and if it was only positive and there was no alternating sign, it would still converge. That's absolute convergence. Conditional convergence is it only converges because of the alternating sign. That's kind of summarized in the endeavor that you guys can see below. The absolute and conditional convergence. Absolutely convergent if the absolute value converges, meaning it's not dependent, once again, on the alternating sign. Conditionally convergent is if the alternating one converges, but the absolute value diverges. And by absolute value, that basically means ignoring the negative 1 to the power. So whenever you are testing for convergence of an alternating series, usually you are also going to be asked if it is absolute or conditional. You could just say converges, but usually you are asked for the extra adjective or qualifier. Is it absolute convergence, so the alternating sign has no impact, or is it conditional in that it only converges because of the alternating sign? There are a few different strategies as to if you need to determine absolute or conditional convergence, what order to do it in. One way is you could test the absolute value, so you could basically ignore the alternating sign. So ignore it, whether it's a -1 to a power, whether it's sine of pi n, whatever it is, whatever is making that the series alternate between positive and negative. Take that out and just test the rest of it as you normally would with all of our other tests. That's one way. But the problem is if you ignore the alternating sign, it could converge, which means absolutely converges. Or it could diverge, which means you still have to test the alternating. So if you ignore the alternating sign and it converges, then sweet, we're done. But if you ignore the sign and it diverges, we're still not done, so we still have to go back and test the alternating series. Or you could test for divergence first, and divergence, think that's just us taking the limit as n goes to infinity of a sub n without the alternating sign. So do the alternating series test. And with that one, either you get converge, which is all well and good, but then you still have to go ahead and, even though the alternating series converges, we still have to check the absolute value then. You still have to check for absolute convergence. Or you get diverges, and so the whole thing diverges. So either way, if it works the first time, either strategy you use, if it works the first time, cool, you're done. But if it doesn't work, you have to go back and kind of do the double work. So that's why we're going to hopefully get good at kind of noticing which approach to do. Either take the limit first or think about the series apart from the alternating sign. Which, to some extent, don't we normally do the limit first anyway?
Yeah.
For the nth term test. So probably the most preferred one would be the second. Probably, but as we do more examples on Monday, you guys will hopefully get a feel for it. Kiddos, there are examples in your notes packet if you want to play with them just a little bit over the weekend, but otherwise, my advice is to work on your Chapter 9 AP because you have a lot that you can do. You can't do all of it, but there is a lot that you can do and play with. Catch up on homework if you're behind for any reason, and work on corrections. Sound good? I would say, because we don't have a homework due on Monday, not specifically, let's make sure that we get all of our corrections in for the quiz and for our old Chapter 9. Let's get all those in Monday, get them out of our life, and be done with that. And if you have time, work on the AP. Bye, cool kids!